When I was in high school, I worked on a dairy farm out in southern Utah. Also where my dad worked, so that's basically how I got the job. I would do lots of things, like help my dad in the shop, cleaned, serviced tractors, cut hay, raking hay, and chopped the hay for hay cubes. There's a particular part of southwestern Utah that has a knack for skinwalker stories, such as one of my friend's grandpa encountering a coyote on the train going 40+ mph. But that's for another tale. Lots of desert and sagebrush makes up for it. I had grown up hearing stories about it around the campfire and thought nothing more of it than that. A campfire story. This particular encounter happened when me and my brother were raking hay by ourselves in our own separate fields. The boss had divided each individual to rake his own field to get more done. Hay is often raked at night to protect it from the morning dew. Brittle hay is less likely to shatter when raked while the dew is still on. Raking also fluffs up the hay and turns it over so it can dry. So we rake before the dew sets in, which is around 1 to 2 a.m. I was pretty awake in my own field. Country radio up, which the chatter of my coworkers on the CB radio every now and then. These fields are circular, also known to have pivots to water them. I was on the outskirts of mine when I swore I could hear the faintest whisper of my older brother calling my name. Now my brother in the field next to me, but still a good 1-2 mile apart. I thought nothing of it and thought it may have been the radio. So I continued. Not too much time passed before I had to take a leak. The best way to do so was to stop your tractor, get out, by the lights of the tractor, go right behind the front tires where you're partly invisible from onlookers. Once I started my business, over the hum of the tractor's engine, I heard my brother call out to me again, very clearly and over the sound of the engine. I was getting a little freaked out and thought maybe he was trying to reach out to me over the CB. So I finished my break and got back in the cab and radioed my brother asking if he asked for me. His response was, "I never called out to you once, and if I did, I'd call you personally, not over the radio." My tractor door was still open at this point, letting in a nice breeze, when I noticed a dog-like form, standing on the edge of the field. I even rubbed my eyes. You can see things if you're very tired, but I must not have been, because the coyote was still there. I heard my name once more in my brother's voice. I immediately shut the door and began raking again, putting distance between me and that thing. Coyote or not, in my present life, I've heard that skinwalkers can mimic a loved one's voice or take on the form of an animal from theirs area. Southern Utah is known for its Native American culture. I don't know if this was an evil shaman in the disguise of a coyote or not, but it freaked me out. It's not much of a story, but I've listened to this podcast and just thought I'd come on and put my encounter with a cryptid or skinwalker on here.